Today I'm gonna review one of the best, if not the best, racket of all time. Let's go. So this racket really changed the way that the brands are now making rackets, and it's obviously the Babolat Aero Pro Drive. Just for a little context, Babolat released the Pure Drive in 1994 for the first time, and it was a revolution because it was a really powerful racket, really stiff, that was allowing the player to have a really good battle with heavy shot from the baseline, which was not the case with other rackets. And so when someone called, I don't know if you know it, he's called Rafael Nadal, they really wanted to make a racket for his style of play. So they wanted to make a racket that would be easy to swing through the air and put a lot of topspin. So that's when they create the Aero Pro Drive. So let me go through the specs and then we're gonna go onto the court, and finally I'm gonna decide if this racket is one of the best, if not the best racket of all time in my opinion. So pretty classic 100 square inch head size with an on-string weight of 300 grams and a 16x19 swing pattern. Now let's go on the court.
On the court with the Babolat Aero Pro Drive, the original version from 2005, the first thing that I felt was how connected to the ball I was. And actually it's a weird feeling to describe, but it's actually like kind of obvious because this racket is so old. You feel like there's no technology in there. Actually the technology are obviously the aero type of beam, but there's no like stiffness technology or whatever to make the racket more arm friendly, so it makes the racket feels really like connected to the ball, although it's a pretty powerful racket with a big head size. And just, you know, I felt like this racket was just easy to create some power, to create some pace without even being well placed, you know. Sometimes I was just like trying to just center the ball on the string bed, and was enough for me to create some pace, sorry. But you know, on the other side, yes, it's powerful, but you can still manage to put the ball in due to the spin. And the thing that I like with this racket is the fact that you can put pretty much every type of string and you feel like you will have a different racket. Let's say you have a really control-oriented string, you're gonna feel like you can be more aggressive with this racket, and on the other side you can be less aggressive with a string that is gonna be more powerful. For that test, it was Solenko Tour Bite, and I have to say that I really liked this setup.
When I've tested this racket, I had so many things in my head because first of all, you know, it's a whole racket, 2005, so you got to take into consideration that yes, it might not have the same technology of those racket, and actually I think that's one of the reasons why I've liked this racket more than some of those racket over here, because you feel the ball entering the street bed, you feel like this racket is overall generating a lot of pace, but due to the spin, it's able to remain in, and so just overall like the feel of, you know, being connected to the ball while being able to create a high top spin ball with a lot of pace. And the thing that I've really liked with this racket is that you can have a big swing and the ball is gonna land in, but you can also stay with a really short swing and the ball will have still a lot of pace, so really good to play against better player. But when you want to create your own power, then it's also really good. And for me, it's really close to the newest generation, so it's kind of weird that Babolat did a kind of a loophole. So they started with this one, try to improve it, and then got back to this one because yeah, you have a tight 16x19 string pattern to help to have still a good amount of control. Obviously, you know, at the net, that's not where this racket really shines. At the serve, it's really great for flat shot. For the slice, it's still good, but you gotta keep in mind that because of it's a 100 square inch head size, sometimes you don't feel the ball quite as well as a 95 square inch head size. For the kick, you have a lot of pace, so it's really helping you. But overall, the only flaws that this racket has is at the net, but for the rest, it's just insane. So let's answer my question at the beginning. Is it the best racket of all time? That's a good question because there's so many great rackets. But just for the revolution that this racket brought, I don't know if it's the best, but it's clearly one of the best. I want to know in the comment section down below, have you ever tried the Aero Pro Drive Origin? If so, give me your thoughts in the comment section down below and tell me which Aero is the best in your opinion. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye.